fight week this week for LFA 59 out in Arizona. Joining us right now in the main event, Christian Aguilera once again here with us. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure to talk with you. In the main event, due to some changes, what do you think about the upcoming fight? What do you think about your matchup here on Friday night with David Michaud?
Should be good, man. Michaud's a solid guy, solid fighter. He looks pretty complete. Decent wrestling, decent striking. He's just decent all around. So it's going to be a good fight, man. He likes to come forward. I like to come forward. So I'm assuming it's going to be very violent.
Anything specific or different you've done in training for this one?
Not really. We've sharpened up a couple things that I feel like are going to be key points to the fight, or my coaches feel are going to be key in the fight. But other than that, it's the same schedule we normally keep. I'm still with my boxing, still with my Muay Thai, and still with my wrestling. So as long as we're keeping everything sharp and on point, I feel like we should be good.
Now, looking at David, been a very successful guy. He's fought on some big platforms. Do you see him as a different kind of fighter throughout the years, or a guy that's effective at what he does well?
I feel like he's effective at what he does well. He likes to come forward. He likes to pressure guys. So that's usually his style. I don't see much change between his UFC fights and his last fights in other promotions. So it's kind of the same David coming through. He's just a little bit sharper.
Now, what does Christian do to be effective? You said you like to do some of those same things. So with two bulls coming head to head, how do you come out on top of that?
Just a little tighter defense, staying tight in the pocket, keep moving my feet. Don't really play into his game as much because I've seen some of his fights where he starts talking shit if people walk away or start to use footwork. So as long as we don't get emotional with that, I feel like we should be good. Just move around, stay active.
And how much mental preparation do you normally do towards just being able to stay focused and stay on what you want to do and not get tricked into somebody else's game plan?
Same thing, nothing special, man. All the dudes I spar with, all the dudes I train with, they're high-level athletes. So as long as, I get tagged in training, I get, beat up a lot in training. So that's not, something new. If I get tagged in a fight, it's nothing new to me. So just the fact that it's a commonplace to receive shots, give shots, and move out the way and continue fighting my game, since we do that all the time, it's just going to be another day. It's nothing crazy.
And what do you need to do, and what did you need to do to get back to the right place coming off of the decision loss to Frincu?
Same thing. We just sharpened up some of the aspects in that fight that I felt or my coaches felt like we needed to sharpen up. Yeah, that was about it. We just worked on the things that we didn't do as well in that fight, or the things that we did shitty in that fight. We just made them more of a focus.
What went wrong? What did you feel happened that night?
You want specific game plan ideas, or what do you want? You want to know exactly what I'm gonna do?
No, not for this upcoming fight, but from that last fight, what happened that you didn't like that occurred at LFA 44?
It was not enough head movement. I feel like it was not enough head movement. Not enough. I gave up on some of the takedowns a little too easy rather than pressing against the cage in the third round, which I feel like would have been the clinch when I knocked him down or he fell down, whatever. We had him on the floor, and then I just went for strikes versus just maintaining top position, which I think would have secured that and got us the fight.
Okay, so you did look back at that one a little bit and felt there were things that you let escape in the moment that just kind of you didn't see in the moment.
Yeah, I watched that fight 50 times, yeah.
So has that been some of those have been a hanging point then if you've watched it 50 times?
A little bit, but Michaud's a different fighter. Frincu's throws a lot more kicks. Frincu's a lot longer. He's also a southpaw. He's also a different style of fighter. Frincu doesn't have the same wrestling that Michaud has, so it's fighting two separate guys.
Right, was just wondering where you're at from that last one. Looking at this again, like you said, it's a totally different matchup. So have you in sparring found yourself Is it different guys that you're working with, finding guys in the gym that kind of bring that same style as Mershad?
Yeah, just dealing with a lot more pressure fighters in the gym. So guys who will walk forward on me, guys who will press forward.
Back-to-back fights in Arizona, going out there and continue to be on this LFA platform. What does that do for you?
It's cool, man. I like being the main event of the fight. It's cool to get there, relax a little bit before you actually go out there and fight. But, yeah, Comerica Theater is nice. It's, like, good publicity, so it gets my name out there at least. And then, like, once again, Machad's a good fighter. He's going to come forward. He's going to meet me in the middle. We're going to fight. So it's not a guy who I'm going to be chasing for 3 rounds. It's a guy who's going to come and bring a fight towards me, which I like that as well. So, yeah, same thing. It's going to be an action-packed fight. It's going to be good for the fans. It's going to be good for us. So, yeah, I'm excited, man. I can't wait.
What was the amount of time that you had for this camp? How much notice have you had in total for preparation for this fight?
Probably like 5 weeks, somewhere around there. Maybe a little bit longer, a little bit less.
And we hadn't seen you since LFA 44. Had you been actively seeking a fight? Had you taken a little time just to work in the gym?
No, I broke my thumb in that fight, so I was like training a lot with one hand, so we had to wait till that fixed itself.
And was that a smooth recovery, or were there any prolongings in it?
No, it was cool. It just took like a little bit of time to actually let the bone like heal itself and everything, but it's tight now. I can still crack with it, so my grip came back, so everything feels good now.
Well, was that a process where it went from when you were cleared, where you were able to first start striking and then grappling, or was it the opposite?
I didn't really take time off. I just did a lot of shit with my left hand. So, because my right hand's the one that was hurt, so I just started focusing more on the left hand. I was still like training, still grappling, just everything was a little bit lighter because I couldn't like get the full grip with my right hand. But it's cool. It made me a lot like more confident with my left hand, so that's cool. It made my defense a little bit better because I had to move my head more because I don't want to get like punched in the cast.
So, one of those things where it forced you to work on other elements almost.
Exactly. It forced me to focus on my left side, which was like previously a weaker side, if you will.
Did you feel that way pre the injury, pre-working on it, or was it once you started doing it that you kind of, oh wait, yeah, I did need to do this?
A little bit of both. Like it's like I'm right hand dominant in most things I do. Like right punch and everything's right-handed on my strong side. So being able to develop my left side just kind of evened me out a little bit.
And with that injury, it occurred during the fight. I'm sure you did. Do you know exactly when it happened?
Yeah, it was the first round when I went to his body. I hit his elbow and then popped my thumb out and then fractured it at the same time.
How much does that suck fighting with, if you could describe it?
It's just a little irritating. Like my grip went to shit. So after that, it was just like a little bit more difficult. But it's nothing like crazy. You don't notice until like 10 minutes after the fight. Like the adrenaline was good to me, so I didn't really feel it until after. Like they were yanking my glove off, and I felt my thumb go with it. So I was like, "Oh shit! All right."
And now, not a guy that throws a lot of kicks, but did you work on that area of your game? Because the legs were still healthy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, anything that wasn't injured, we developed a lot more while we were dealing with that injury. So the kicks, the knees, the elbows, the entire left side, like we worked a lot of it.
A new year, getting back to action. What's your excitement for 2019, your expectations for the year?
Well, I'm hoping to do at least like 3 or 4 fights this year, hopefully more, and then hopefully get a call up. So everything goes right. Get a little win streak going. We should be getting a call at some point.
And it sounded like the injury you didn't let slow you down. Did you take any time away? Was there anything else this year going on with Christian Aguilera outside of the gym?
Not really. Like, no, it's the same old. Like, gym's a priority to me, so like I have other things going on the side, but the gym is a priority. So I need to be in the gym. I need to be training, no matter what's going on outside. It could be again like it could be the craziest weather. It doesn't matter. Things could be going on with my family, but I'm making a point. I have to go to the gym. I have to be training because that's really important to me. I need to be in there, and this is what I want to do. So anything that detracts from me being in the gym and takes away, I have to eliminate at some point.
So gotta ask, is there then any other hobbies?
Yeah, I don't know, I like fishing. I like cooking a lot, but it's all pretty laid back. I like video games. That's fun too.
That's something that obviously you can still do during fight camp. Are you doing that during fight camp?
Yeah, as much as I can. Like, I still got like 2 jobs. I train people on the side, and then I teach, and then got another computer job. So between that and training, and I just started back at school, so there's not like a lot of free time to be doing a bunch of stuff. But any free time I do have is either playing video games or going to the parks or something.
Okay, well, Okay, you mentioned school. What are you going back to school for?
Just finishing up my degree, like the basics and stuff.
And how do you find time? It just sounded like you have one jam-packed day. How do you find the time to get everything done then?
I don't know. You just make it work. It's like anything. You set aside specific times for everything. Like there's 24 hours in a day, and you only need to sleep like 6 of them. So, like past that, it was like give me a nice little chunk of time. So, yeah, no, we make it work. Like there's always time to do everything you need to do. It's just some people want to sit there, some people don't want to do shit. But if you want to do it and it's something that you need to do, you're gonna find time to do it.
And then we'll see you getting back in the cage and doing one of the things you love to do. Was it a little bit frustrating having the injury? Before the injury, I mean, that was the 4th fight of the year. You were on a pretty torrent pace, and then you had to sit now for the last couple months. How excited are you for this one?
No, I'm super excited, man. I can't wait. It's like Christmas coming up. Can't wait to get back in the cage and hit someone.
Do you have a prediction for us?
Just violent fight. That's what we're hoping for.
Different kind of styles. Last couple fights, because of the style, because of that forwardness, do you look at this as kind of a tougher challenge? Not skill for skill, but stylistically this one than the last couple?
Oh, no, not necessarily a bigger challenge. It's just different. So there's like different challenges that we have to deal with in the fight. We're about the same size. I think he's like 5'8", 5'9", somewhere around there, maybe a little bit taller, but we're about the same size, so that's going to play good. Like my first, 3 fights last year, they were all like super tall, so as long as we don't have to deal with that, like that's a good thing. And I had to deal with 3 southpaws last year too, so that's like another pain in the ass, so no, it should be good.
After having dealt with so many southpaws, it's a relief to get back to fighting somebody that's orthodox.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. I'm excited.
Awesome, sir. What's the message for the fans?
Tune in. You're going to see a lot of craziness in the cage. He's going to walk forward. I'm going to walk forward. We're both going to try and fuck each other up in the middle. So we'll see what happens, man. Kill or be killed. Let's go.
Christian, can you tell everybody how they can follow you on social media?
Instagram, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, DAT Beast Chris, Dat Beast Chris, and then on Facebook at Christian the Beast Aguilera.
Do you have anybody you need a thanks shout out to?
Just all my coaches, man. Colin Oyama, Tyler Wombles, Ernest Chavez, Jesus Gutierrez, or Chewy. All these guys have taken a bunch of time into me, and through injuries, through losses, through wins, they've all stuck by my side no matter what. Like also all my training partners at Team Oyama Classic Fight Team, Raw Town Boxing. Those guys keep me up. They're the ones who are taking the punches, giving the punches. So they're in the fucking trenches with me every day. So shout out to those guys.
Awesome, sir. Thank you for the time.
Thanks, man.